Hey, how's it going everyone? Show here, back at it once again with another video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today it is time for my long-running series to continue once again. Only long-running because it's been quite some time since my last entry, but you've guessed it. Today it is time for another installment of my Nintendo NX wishlist. Now today, we're going to be adding a few entries in this video. It's a little bit different, a little surprisey there, hey? Today we're going to be focusing on third-party ports. Now these are games that are already made today, made by other companies aside from Nintendo that I want to see make its way onto the NS. I'm going to be calling it the NS. It sounds kind of cool, right? Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Anyway, now obviously, there's a lot of games I want to see on the Nintendo Switch. There's a lot of games, so I'm going to have a couple of honorable mentions, and then I'm going to start onto the list. I just made a list of 3 games. I wanted to only focus on 3 games because, you know, obviously to keep this video a little streamlined, which I'm failing to do right now, and to also just add more importance to the games I really want to make its way onto that console. So, first things first, honorable mentions. Tekken 7, please, Bandai Namco, just make it happen. I mean, we had Tekken Tag Tournament on the Wii U. Why can't we have this? Just please. I hope that this is going to be there on that stage January 12th in Japan, where Nintendo shows some third-party support. Just please, Tekken 7. I love Tekken, and I like the number 7, so please make this happen. Something else I would like to see is Red Dead Redemption 2. There's been a couple of rumors here or there. Obviously, this game is really far out, so it's hard to tell what's happening with this in Nintendo. I don't really know. But I think I speak for everybody when I say that I would love to see this make its way onto the Nintendo Switch. You can speak, Dylan. Yes, you can. A couple of other games, you know, obviously Watch Dogs 2. That game's been getting some good reviews. It looks really fun. I think it would work really well with Nintendo. They've had a Watch Dogs title before. I think it would make sense having it on the Switch. And you know, there's a bunch of games I want to see on there. Titanfall 2, Call of Duty, all that. It's time to jump onto the list. It's time to jump on the more important games. The first game on the list, it's not in any order, but the first game on the list is Overwatch. Oh boy. So, Overwatch is one of my favorite games this year. It is an incredibly fun, incredibly well-designed game. It's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. There's so much content. Just coming out of nowhere. I mean, we're talking about there's rumors of a winter thing going on for Overwatch. Season 3 of competitive starts soon. They just added Sombra recently, a brand new character a couple of weeks ago. It's a very good game, and I think it has mass appeal. I think that's what Nintendo's really looking for when it comes to third-party support. Is will it appeal to multiple generations, multiple types of audiences? And Overwatch totally does that. It really does. So you have all these quirky, kooky, colorful characters that would appeal to children and adults, obviously. And then you have this very, you know, easy to learn, hard to master type of gameplay that's similar to multiple shooters like, you know, Call of Duty or Quake, you know, with Pharah and her rocket launcher, or even CSGO, you know, Counter-Strike with Widowmaker and her sniper rifle that's very similar to like an AWP that you would see in CSGO. So you have that kind of stuff that would focus more on the older generation. And then you have, you know, the colorful, just the beautifulness of the game that would honestly appeal to all the audiences. So I think that's what's something that Nintendo would be looking for in third-party support. I don't really know how well this game would work portably, unfortunately. You know, the Nintendo Switch being a hybrid console. I don't really know. The game really is only online, so there's some rumors circulating around that the controller could possibly have 4G, but I don't really know how well that's going to work, and I don't really know how solid those rumors are. But that would be interesting as well. It would just work. And I think it kind of works with the rest of Nintendo's repertoire as well. I mean, games like Splatoon. Splatoon is very similar in a lot of ways, and I'm not talking about the gameplay, just its overall appeal and also what its kind of standpoint is. I mean, I think both of these games, Splatoon and Overwatch, were made to kind of shake up the shooter genre a little bit, to kind of change things. Let's do something different. We can still be creative and still have those same conventional types of gameplays that we love. So very happy that both of those games got made, and I hope that both of those games will make its way onto Nintendo Switch. So please, Blizzard, put this game on Nintendo Switch. I want to see it. I'm sure lots of other people want to see it. Let's make it happen. The next game on my list, probably my favorite game of last year, and a game that almost has more appeal, at least I think it does, and that game is Rocket League. Oh boy, Rocket League. Again, the gift that keeps on giving. This game, there's content up the wazoo for this game, and it's just a blast. It's one of the most fun games I've ever played in my life. It's one of the best competitive experiences I've ever played in my life. It's amazing. It is an absolute triumph of a video game, and it was free. Jeez, I got this game for free. Man. Anyway, it's incredible. This game is very, very fun. It has that mass appeal. I think it appeals to children. It appeals to older. This game appeals to everybody. Just straight up everybody. It's, again, kind of easy to learn. Very, very hard to master. Very, very hard to master. And, I think it works. Something else that would also be really interesting in the game, and I was thinking of this earlier, is how much Nintendo content that you could have in Rocket League. I mean, there's so many unlockables in Rocket League, and think about Amiibo support. I mean, if you've never played Rocket League before, there's so many different collectibles that you could add to your car. You could put these little toppers that go on the roof of your car, and you can put these little like antenna things that you would pop on there as well. And having Nintendo content there, like a Mario cap, like say you scan a Mario amiibo and then you get a little Mario cap for your car, that's awesome. Or you get like a little Mario coin, or you scan the Zelda amiibo and you get a Triforce antenna, or you scan Bowser and you get like a cool Bowser car or something like that. I mean, yeah, oh my goodness, even like exclusive cars, like having a Mario Kart-esque kind of car, or having a Zelda car, like that would be absolutely awesome. That's something that I would really like to see. And I think out of all these games, out of all three of these games, I think this game has the most, the highest chance of making its way onto the Nintendo Switch, because it is for every single console. It's for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And there's crossplay between these consoles as well. I mean, mainly with PC, but they've been talking about doing some crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation. Adding Nintendo to the mix would be very, very special, and a good business move on everybody's part, because then you have a incredible install base there. I mean, whether you're talking about just player mass, that's special. That's, again, as I mentioned, that's special. But anyway, Rocket League is addictive. It's fun, and I think that's what Nintendo's really looking for with their software. It mixes very well. It's rated E. It's just a fun game, and I think that having some Nintendo content there, like, you know, some decals, like some exclusive cars, maybe even like a Mushroom Kingdom stage, dear God, oh man, that would be beautiful. I mean, that could, just that alone would make this the best version, the definitive version of the game, having a Mushroom Kingdom or like a Mario Strikers type of stage. Like, that'd be incredible. But anyway, Rocket League, please, please, Psionics, make this game happen. I want it so badly. I want it very, very badly. Portability, I'm not so sure how well it would work. I mean, having some pickup matches here or there at the airport or on the bus would be fun single player, but this game's all about the multiplayer, in my opinion. Maybe you could do Joy-Con gameplay where you have two individual Joy-Cons and, you know, like play 2-on-2 or 1-on-1, sorry. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know if that would work. I mean, I don't know. Home console wise, this game is stellar and it needs to happen. The next game on my list is a bit different. It's not out yet. It comes out in a couple of days. It's been pushed back a couple of times. I think that's fair to say. A couple of times. You probably already know what I'm talking about. That's right. You guessed it. Final Fantasy 15. Oh boy, this game. Final Fantasy 15. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I really don't. There's some people that are very skeptical about this game. Reasonably so. We've waited 10 years. It's about time. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but having that there on a Nintendo console isn't just about having Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch. It's about having Final Fantasy on the Switch. It's about Final Fantasy returning to Nintendo consoles. And that, my friends, that's a good business move. That is special. Now, we all know that Square Enix is working with Nintendo on games like Dragon Quest, and that's great. I would love to see Dragon Quest on a Nintendo console, and I'm sure we are going to get that. It's going to be fun. Maybe even Kingdom Hearts 3? I hope, please. I was almost going to add that on the list, but that's just, I don't even know when that's coming out. That's 2018. Like, I don't even want to talk about that kind of stuff. But Final Fantasy 15. There's a few variables here at play. First things first, the graphics and the overall, the scope of the game. Like, I'm not sure how powerful the Switch is. I don't know what's under the hood. Nobody does. There's some rumors that are saying it's weak. There's some rumors that are saying it's as strong as the PS4, if not stronger. So it's hard to say at this point, but if this game is possible on the Switch, it needs to happen. It is an absolute no-brainer. There's no sense why this game shouldn't be on Switch. It is a massive franchise to have under the Nintendo roof, and it would just be, they could sell the game on that notion alone of Final Fantasy returning to Nintendo, because it has been, I believe, over a decade, if not longer, since the last mainstream game on a Nintendo console. I'm trying to remember what the last game was. I don't want to search it up right now because that would just take away all the awesomeness of this video, but I'll probably put it somewhere, the last mainstream game on the Nintendo, on a Nintendo console. But just selling it on that alone would be fantastic. Having, you know, one of the Square Enix representatives getting on stage and talking about this, that would just be awesome. So I want to see Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo Switch. Whether or not it could possibly work, I don't really know. The game could suck. I mean, the game could very well be a piece of trash. I don't know. But I want to see it happen. I really do. But yeah, that's the end of my list. The games I want to see on the Nintendo Switch, the main third-party ports that I would love to see on the next console that Nintendo is producing is number 1, Overwatch. It needs to happen. Rocket League. It needs to happen. And Final Fantasy 15. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it should. It depends on what the game really is. Obviously, there's lots of other games. Comment down below and give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think of these entries onto the list. And let me know what you think. Just like tell me what games would you like to see on the Nintendo Switch. I know I'm phrasing that kind of weird, but I would like to know. I mean, do you want to see Mafia 3 on there? Do you want to see Gex? A game that was on the PlayStation 1. Would you like to see that on Nintendo Switch? I kind of do. Comment down below and give me your thoughts. Also, hit that like button and subscribe. All of that good stuff. I greatly appreciate it for more Nintendo content and all that jazz. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Again, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, or until the next Nintendo NX wishlist video, I'll catch you guys later. Nintendo Switch wishlist, damn it.